students, in this video I will discuss various examples to show the use of the additive law of probability. Example 1. In a hostel of 200 students, 120 take tea, 60 take coffee and 40 take both. To find the probability that a student selected at random will either take tea or coffee, neither take tea nor coffee. So for this you can see the first part of the question is asked to find probability that the selected student either take tea or coffee. So either or there means we have to apply additive law of probability. Now the events. Events are what? Selected student take tea, selected student take coffee. So let's first consider the events. Let A event that the selected student take tea. Take the next event that the selected student take coffee. In symbol, this number 1, how we can represent? Either or. Either taking tea or coffee means P, A union B. So this we have to find. Now by additive law of probability, P, A union B is equal to PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. So PA, now we will find probability for each of these terms. Probability of A means probability of student taking tea. So for that, first we need to find the total. So selected student from the total of 200. One student to select. So how many ways we can select? 200 C1. Or simply you can write 200. Next, out of this, now the favorable. Favorable is what? Taking tea. Now taking tea, total students in the class 120. So 120, from 120, 1 to select. It's a hostel there. So in the hostel, 120 take tea. It's given in the question. So from there, 1 to select, 120 C1. So the probability 120 C1 divided by 200 C1. Similarly, PB. Total from 200 to 1 select. Taking coffee. Coffee taking students there 60. From 60, 1. Next, taking both. We are given 40 students. So from 40, 1 and the total there again same 200 C1. So you just simplify this. So we have the answer here 7 by 10 is the probability of selected student taking tea or coffee. So in the first part of the question we got probability of either A or B. In the second part of the question we have to find probability of neither A nor B. So how we can get that? Neither A nor B. It is just probability of A complement intersection B complement. So here we can apply the set-theory property. We know the De Morgan's law, A complement intersection B complement is equal to A union B complement. So using that we have this. Next we know one more property that if we have the PA, probability of A if known, probability of A complement is equal to 1 minus PA. So applying that we have 1 minus PA union B. So 1 minus here 7 by 10. Already we got in the first part. So 7 by 10 directly. Therefore answer here probability of neither take tea nor coffee is 3 by 10. So here we have seen how to apply the additive law of probability. Then using that either or, how to get neither nor. Example 2, it's a card problem. A card is drawn from a pack of 52 cards to find the probability of getting a diamond or a king. So to solve problems of card, you have to know the types of cards available. A pack of playing cards contains total 52 cards. It has total 4 suits, namely club, this is a shape, diamond, spade and heart shape. And each suit contains total 13 cards. And they are A, 1 or Ikka, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, J, Joker, Knave, Queen, Q, King, K. So you have to know this information. Then based on this you can easily find the probability, and finding probability is same as the first part of the previous question. So let's see the solution now. Students, here you can see as you have to find probability of getting a diamond or a king. So we have to select two main events. A, say event of getting a diamond. B, say event of getting a king. Getting a diamond or. So or there between the events, that means we have to apply additive law of probability. So using that we know this PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. So giving now PA, probability of selecting a diamond. So before selecting a diamond, first we have to select one card from the total. Total we have 52 cards. From 52, one card. So 52 C1 ways. It's a combination here. Order doesn't matter. Next, the diamond to select. Total diamonds 13. So from 13, 1. So 13 C1 ways. Next, selecting a card 52 C1 ways. What we are selecting? A king. So how many kings in the total cards? 4. In each suit 1 king. So total 4 kings. So from 4, 1 king to select. A king. Next, A intersection B. A intersection B meaning is what? The event of getting a diamond which is also king. So that kind of card only favorable. Only 1. So we have favorable 1C1, that is 1 divided by 52 C1. So simplify this. You will get 13 C1 means 13, 4 C1 is 4, 13 plus 4, 17 minus 16 giving us 4 by 13. Hence the answer, this is the probability of getting a diamond or a king. Let us see the last example. A box contains 6 red, 4 white and 5 black balls. A person draws 4 balls from the box at random. To find the probability that among the balls drawn, there is at least one ball of each color. So how we can solve this problem? You have a box having 6 red, 4 white and 5 black balls. What you have to do? To draw 4 balls from the box. So total number of drawing 4 balls from the box is, how we can find total 6 plus 4 plus 5 giving us 15 total balls. From the 15 we have to select 4. Order doesn't matter here, selection. So 15 C4 ways, and 15 C4 ways you can simplify easily, just apply the combination rule. Next, to find probability that among the balls drawn, that 4 balls that you have drawn, there is at least one ball of each color. So we have to see the possibilities. So possibilities selected 2 red, simultaneously to get the 4, we can select 1 white, 1 black. So we have total 4. Next, if we have selected 1 red, then we can select 1 white, then remaining we have to select 2 black balls. Next, if 1 red, 2 white, then 1 black. So you can see that way, if there are more possibilities you can add, but here in this question, to draw 4 balls and having at least 1 ball of each color, these are only 3 possibilities. And here you can see, if the case 1 happen at the same moment, case 2 and case 3 cannot happen. Cannot happen meaning is what? These 3 cases are mutually exclusive cases. Therefore, you can write this way: the possible mutually exclusive cases are these 3 only, and all these 3 ensure the required happening. Therefore, the required probability is equal to all these 3 cases ensure the required happening, and if 1 happen, the other 2 cannot happen simultaneously. So we can represent as either 1 or 2 or 3. Cases mutually exclusive, so P1 plus P2 plus P3. Now P1, probability of the case 1. Case 1 is the simultaneous occurrence of 2 red, 1 white, 1 black. So 15C4, 2 red. Red will come from red. There are 6 red. From 66, 2 to select, 62. Simultaneously 1 white, 4C1. Simultaneously 1 black, 5C1. So first probability over. Similarly, for the second case is 1 red. Red there 6, so 61. 1 white, white there 4, so from 4 1. Then black there total 5, so from 5 2. Similarly, the third you can finish. Third is 1 red, 2 white, 1 black. So 61. 61, simultaneously 2 white, 4C2, simultaneously 1 black, 5C1, total 15C4. So simplifying this, you will get, you do this combination rules apply, just 8, denominator will be 1365 and the numerator you will get 720. So simplifying you will get approx 0.5 to 7.5. So in this example we have seen how we can find the probability of union of events when the events are mutually exclusive. Students, for the prerequisite part of probability, the statement of additive law of probability and the proof and the basics of probability, examples, many things you will find in the links given in the description section. So you can follow that. And for any queries, you can write in the comment section or you can mail me.